Here's ABC's Matt Gutman with the very latest on the George Zimmerman trial.
After 22 heated days in this Florida court, closing arguments in the murder trial of George Zimmerman finally got underway this afternoon. With the nation and victim Trayvon Martin's parents watching, lead prosecutor Bernie Della Rianda wasted no time invoking the victim.
A teenager is dead. He is dead through no fault of his own. He is dead because another man made assumptions.
A jury of 6 women will decide whether the former neighborhood watchman shot and killed the 17-year-old in February 2012 in self-defense, or whether he is guilty of murder.
The law talks about accountability and responsibility for one's actions.
The fiery prosecutor urging the jury to find Zimmerman guilty.
You rely on your God-given common sense.
Suggesting Zimmerman lied about screaming for help that night.
Why isn't it muffled down? Why is he able to yell if the defendant claims the victim was... How's he going to talk? Or is he lying about that?
It was an emotional and at times theatrical performance by the prosecutor.
Oh, he's skipping away. La, la, la. That's what he's claiming.
But over the top for some court watchers, including the man who defended Casey Anthony.
What did you make of the prosecution's closing argument?
I thought it was poorly presented. I think that Bernie Della Rianda is a better lawyer than that. He relied on his recollection of the inconsistencies as opposed to pointing them out and spoon-feeding the jury for that.
During his 3-hour closing, Della Rianda used
back of his head
PowerPoint slides, this faux mannequin, and Zimmerman's own words.
Oh, I'm sorry, back there they said, are you following him?
To try to convince the jury that Zimmerman went after Trayvon Martin simply because of the way he looked.
When he profiled a 17-year-old boy that had Skittles, he automatically assumed that Trayvon Martin was a criminal. And that's why we're here.
He ripped into Zimmerman's credibility.
Do you believe that there's an innocent man sitting over there right now?
And again showed jurors those pictures of Martin's dead body.
This is one of the last photos that will ever be taken of Trayvon Martin. And that is true because of the actions of one individual. The man before you, the defendant, George Zimmerman.
Defense attorney Mark O'Mara presented his closing argument.
So this is what happens in a criminal case. The state has to take you from somewhere down here before there's any evidence, and he's sort of presumed to be not guilty, all the way up the list in your mind. The person who decided that this was going to continue, that it was going to become a violent event, was the guy who didn't go home when he had the chance to. It was the guy who decided to lie in wait, I guess, plan his move. Does it really help you decide this case when somebody who is not George Zimmerman's voice screams at you or yells at you and curses at you? No, I would contend. Listen to the tape. Don't listen to Mr. Guy. I think Mr. Guy is trying to sound like him with this really effing punks. You know, do we need that? And then it was said, how many times was it said? I Trayvon Martin wasn't on. Now, I'll be held in contempt if I drop this, so I'm not going to do some drama and drop it on the floor and watch it roll around. But that's cement. That is a sidewalk. And that is not an unarmed teenager with nothing but Skittles trying to get home. Let's just talk about self-defense. Do we think he might have acted in self-defense? Not convinced. I have some doubt, have some concern that he just may have acted in self-defense. And if you reach that conclusion, you get to stop. You really do. Why? Because self-defense is a defense to everything.